Let me bring in Lesley Jane Seymour, More Magazine's editor-in-chief. More features a provocative article asking, why doesn't a woman get to moderate a debate where she and not the audience asks the questions? Crowley is the second to do that. Veteran journalist Carol Simpson was the first woman in 1992. Good to have both of you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to be here.
The More Magazine article suggests, Carol, that you and Candy, because you didn't get to set the agenda in terms of the questions, are the Vana Whites of debate moderators. Why are guys getting the more influential jobs?
I think it might have something to do with the fact that the Commission on Presidential Debates is made up mostly of men. I think of the 17 members, only 2 are women. I would have to think if more women were part of the commission, that more women would have a bigger role than we have now.
Well, and the Commission on Presidential Debates wasn't always in charge. Lesley, the article points out that for a long time, I think until '88, it was the League of Women Voters.
League of Women Voters, and as they say, if you're not at the table, you're probably on the menu. And that's the problem here, is that, you know, women should be able to ask the questions just the way anybody else does. And there's a lot of controversy coming up about Candy's remarks, that she actually wants to take hold of some of the questions, ask follow-ups, and there's quite a brouhaha right now about that.
Yeah, let me ask you a little bit about that, Carol. So now the campaigns are upset because Candy said that after the initial question, which comes from these voters who are going to be in the audience, she's going to follow up and drill down. Well, the commission says that's vastly different from the memo signed by the candidates. What's going on here?
Well, I think she's been listening to me a lot, because I was very upset that women were reduced to the vice presidential debate and to the town hall format, which does not give a woman a chance to ask the questions. The public, voters that are going to be there tomorrow night asking questions have very basic questions about their neighborhoods and crime and their schools and so on. And I'm sure Candy might like to ask, if it doesn't come up, more questions about reproductive rights for women. I was going crazy the other night when Martha was an hour and 15 minutes into the debate, and there had been no questions about women's reproductive rights being perhaps set back. And so finally she got to ask, but it was very quick. These gentlemen have not been held to account for the things they have said about abortion and contraception. So I can see her wanting to say, hey, if these people don't ask it, I need to ask it, because it needs to be asked.
One thing we will say about Martha Raddatz, it certainly was not Jim Lehrer's sort of stay out of the fray style. She got right in there, and for people who didn't see it or don't remember some of the key moments, let me play a couple of quick clips.
Do you have the specifics? Do you have the maps? Do you know exactly what you're doing?
Look at what Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill did. We want to work with Congress on how best to achieve this. That means successful. Look,
no specifics.
No specifics, no specifics, no specifics. Is there a broader message that we're getting here, do you think, Lesley, about women in the workplace?
Well, in general, I mean, we want women to be present everywhere. I mean, and it took those girls, you know, they had to get 100,000 signatures just to get a woman even on the agenda for these debates. I think in general, if women are not part of the discussion, that is terrible for all of us, because we do have slightly different points of view. And I'm hoping that Candy is going to go out there and slug a few for the women and do what Tom Brokaw said. He caught a lot of, you know, debate for the way that he steered questions in a town hall format, and I think she should follow what he does. Do what the guys do. Come out swinging.
Let me ask you, your number one, I know you've been talking a lot about this, Carol. What's your number one piece of advice for Candy?
Well, I would like people to know that she is probably under tremendous pressure right now.
Unbelievable,
from the
right?
commission, from the campaign, saying, hey, you got to stick by the rules. And I feel for her. I think she is going to be intimidated by the political parties that have so much control, and by the campaigns who say, hey, you've got to do what we've told you to do. So the question is, will she break ranks? Will she go rogue, as I called it.
Lesley, really quick.
I'm hoping she'll go rogue because you know what? The men don't play by the rules. Women, you don't have to play by the rules anymore either.
More magazine editor-in-chief Lesley Jane Seymour, veteran journalist Carol Simpson. It's great to have both of you on.